Howdy diddly dandy there, chums, 'tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, for you guys in the viewerverse, we're doing the Polestar Expedition Redux, and we're going to be doing Phase 1 in today's episode, people. Now, you're going to notice when you start to actually initialize in, you're not on a planet. You're on a freighter bridge, people in the viewerverse. And I'm very keen, yet again, what the fudge. Anyway, you can see here on this side note that most of this expedition will take place upon your freighter. Yes, and your ship is going to be seriously restricted, people in the viewerverse. Okay, now what I would say is before you do anything, turn off your multiplayer and also crossplay, mainly because if you want to pick stuff up inside the stations like nav data or new multi-tool, a lot of the time other players have already half-inched it before you get there. And you know, the best starting game is always the best foot forwards. Right, talking of which, the first badge, there's not much of what to do on this one. Go talk to the guy sitting on your freighter bridge, the guy up by the windows by this giant horseshoe desk. Talk to him and go to access ship logs. Okay, that is going to pop you the badge. You get a nice little bit of lore as well. Throughout this whole expedition, you're going to be picking up ship logs and getting a little bit of lore. It's kind of subsectioned off from the rest of the game. It's just like a little mini story. Right, anyway, there we go. We've popped the first badge and we can claim the rewards for said badge. Heck yes, we can. So don't forget to do that every time you manage to pop a badge. Go and claim the rewards, providing you've got enough inventory space, because you're going to get loads of stuff that's really seriously helpful, especially on this first phase. Yeah, so at some point we're going to get some repair kits, and the repair kits we can use to repair some of the stuff on the freighter. So this is not a speedrunner's guide. No, this is more of a casual gamer's playthrough, if you like. I'm not a speedrunner by any stretch of the imagination. Now, when I did watch people do speedruns of this, I saw them use repair kits and maybe delete stuff, put stuff in, jiggly-pokery stuff around, and they didn't really need to go down to the planet to do too much. But you still need to go to the planet just to pop a badge. But yeah, ways and means. Anyways, hopefully you're going to like this guide, because this guide is going to do us phase by phase, but I'm also going to do a couple of badges from other phases as and when I see the need to. So I'm repairing the stuff that I need to repair. I haven't used any repair kits yet. All this stuff I just got when I started into game. So the antimatter housing, I might use the repair kits on that third piece, this. On the matter beam, I might use the repair kits there. But before I decide where I'm going to be using the repair kits, I'm going to be going down to the planet and picking up some resources to see which I do need to repair kits on and which ones I'm just going to use resources to repair. Righto, so we can pop that as well and get some more antimatter. Now the antimatter, I've got a choice. Do I use this in some of the repairs, or do I make some warp fuel? But we will know once we head on back on up from the actual planet. Got ourselves some launch thruster fuel. There's a repair kit there. I'm just checking to see my random layout of this base, which is quite nice. Now I've got aquariums in there. If you do break those down, you're going to get living pearls. They're not going to really help me with much. But anyway, there we are. So there's a few things left to repair. I can't make antimatter housing yet because I don't have the ferrite dust or oxygen. So I'm going to be flying down to the planet regardless, because that's where you can get the ferrite dust and the oxygen, people in the viewerverse. So let's jump in the teleporter. Chikaboom! And we're down by my ship. Where is my ship? What are they giving me? They've given me a shuttle. It's on freaking fire. Why is it on fire? Have I got to repair my blinking ship? Hold on. No, it's freaking fine. Why is it on fire? I guess it's because the freighter tech is broken. Oh, what a janky freaking experience. Right, well, you can see there's a massive asteroid belt there. There is a badge to shoot 30 asteroids. I'm going to shoot them on the way back up to my actual freighter, and there's a reason being as why I'm doing that. I'm going to fly down to the nearest planet. It doesn't really matter which planet you fly to, as long as it's got copper on it, because I want to get a load of copper to make some chromatic metal, to make antimatter. So let's fly on down to this planet. I can see it has copper. Lovely jubbly. Flying down to here, I'm looking for deposits. Now that might not be a copper deposit. That might be uranium or whatever it is, because this is one of those radioactive planets. Uranium, sorry. Yeah, so let's fly on down. Now I'm shooting the heck out of the planet to get a load of ferrite dust and a load of carbon to save me having to use my freaking mining laser. So just shoot the freaking heck out of the planet before you choose to land. And I'd say just fly around for a good 5 minutes, shooting the heck out of stuff. If you are going to use your rockets, fire them off into the distance a bit, because sometimes you can blow yourself up. Right, brilliant. So here you go. I'm landing. I should have a load of the basic resources. Ship's still on fire. There we go, we've pumped the badge. Brilliant, the planet-sized badge we can actually pop. I've landed next to a cave so I can go in and grab some cobalt. We may need some ionized cobalt to make something a little bit later, so I might grab some while I'm in there. But not only that, I can scan all the rocks inside the cave and outside of the cave. Now there is a badge for scanning a load of minerals, a load of flora and a load of fauna. So yeah, I'm just crafting myself some gel there from some of the stuff that I got, because I shot a load of the blue hydro crystals or whatever they are on the planet's surface, the blue ones. So yeah, just made those because that I'm going to need to repair. I've left it inside my ship so I don't accidentally go and use it in the repairs of something else, because we are going to have to put in a terrain manipulator that also uses that dihydrogen jelly, and I don't want to use the ones that I've just stashed away for repairing of my freighter. Right, so scanning all the plants, scanning all the rocks, hoping to pop a badge, going into the cave, grabbing a little bit of cobalt while I'm in here. But not only that, I can see that it's got these underground relics, these submerged relics. They sell for a fair bit up in the old trade terminals, so hopefully I can buy some wiring looms. Now we do need, I believe, 2 for one repair and 5 for another, so I'm only really focused on getting the 2. I'm not really overly focused on getting the 5 because I might use a repair kit, because that's going to repair all 5 at once. And frickin' wiring looms cost a frickin' planet. Okay, scanning all the rocks, the minerals, I've managed to pop that, which has given me a load of salvage data, which is pretty cool for unlocking tech and things. Now I could sell that salvage data and get myself some either nanites or units, really, couldn't you? But anyhow, so we've put that there, done and done. So that was some scanner tech that I got as a reward, and I just put it next to the other scanner to get the adjacency bonus. There you go, people, tips coming out of everywhere in this frickin' video. Now I'm heading over to the copper deposit to get a load of copper. On my way I'm going to pick up any oxygen plants, and if I see any hazardous flora I'm going to be zapping those to get some more oxygen, because yes, oxygen isn't very abundant inside of these expeditions. It wasn't in the last one, and it seems to be quite scarce in this. However, I have seen that a few badges actually pop you a load of freaking oxygen as part of the reward bundle. Anyhow, so let's put in the terrain manipulator. Like I said, I need to get some dihydrogen jelly to put that in. I'm also going to need some cup and nanotubes, so I need to go shoot some plants and some blue crystals to do that. And once that's done, there you go, you can see me shooting an actual plant there. Now I put that up mainly because the secondary element on that was oxygen. And I just said oxygen is in sort of scarcity. I mean, I shot one plant, I got 1 oxygen. You're not going to get a great deal of oxygen, but it's there as a secondary element if you scan the plant. And yes, you need to scan a load of plants to pop a badge, and scan all the fauna to pop another badge. So while you're here, just scan as many fauna and as much flora as you possibly can. You can see here it's gone to night time for me. A lot of the creatures there were diurnal, so not out at night, so I didn't get the full quantity. Now I'm flying back to the freighter, I'm shooting all the asteroids. Now the reason I didn't do this on the way down was because I was going to shoot the planet and get a load of resources. I don't want my inventory to say it's full. So now I'm shooting the asteroids. You've got to shoot 30 to pop that badge. I've popped that badge. Stardust, collect that. You can see there's oxygen in a bundle. Heck yes, we got a shed load of freaking oxygen. 1,234. Brilliant. Awesome. Now I can just go aboard my freighter and we can build out some of those rooms that we've got to do next. But before I do that, I'm just going to head to the space station and see if I can sell some stuff to get some wiring looms, and also we got given some storage augmentation for our ship for popping one of those badges, so I'm just going to be using that mainly because I want to free up some inventory space. But not only that, it does help to have your ship fully augmented out. Heck yes it does. So I'm going to put a couple there. I might put 1 or 2 up in the technology. Actually, let's just put it into there and then we'll put 1 up there. There we go. Done diddly and done. Heck yes. Now every time that you visit a new system of space, if you go inside the actual station, you can hit up this capsule over in this corner, as providing you've got enough units, you can actually expand your exosuit. You can also call in the Nexus and then do it again over by where Celine is, over at the back terminals, and there's another one of those canisters in the corner by the one that flicks her tongue out like a lizard face. Right next to her, you can do another slot to your exosuit. Anyway, let's head on over to the Galactic Trade Terminal interface and let's see what we can sell. I did kill a few creatures. Killing creatures is going to give you creature parts and also Mordite that sells for a fair bit. It's probably not going to be enough to buy you a whole stack of wiring looms. I was in 2 minds whether I should sell the Liquid Sun. I can't remember if I need it during this actual quest line. Now it does sell magnetic resonators there. I do need one of those to fix the freighter. However, I'm just going going to use the repair kit, so I'm not going to buy the magnetic resonator. But if you do decide to buy it, you can buy it inside of that side of the actual station, not this side. It doesn't sell it this side. Go to the actual teleporter and you can teleport back to your freighter. Save yourself some fuel in your ship, people. Boom! And we're back at the actual freighter. I went the wrong way. Heading over this way, going to be putting in the refiner room, and hopefully that's going to pop enough a badge. So here we go, refiner room, chicka-pow, and that's in. Lovely jubbly. Now I can put in the storage room, hopefully, after I've claimed this badge, because this badge is going to give me the blueprint for the other one. So here we go, let's claim that. Boom. Storage room plan. See it? It's right there. We've also got some warp hypercore. Now the hypercore fuels, I think they're needed later on, so I'm not going to use the hypercore fuel, just in case, people. Mum's a word? Yeah, I'm going to try and make myself some extra warp fuel, which means I may have to go back down to the planet and get a load more copper, so I can spin that into chromatic metal, turn that into the antimatter. Right, well, we've been given some new tech, the interstellar scanner, which is great for finding the economy and conflict areas of space. So yeah, we need to get that installed. I've already got 2 wiring looms because I bought one in the GT terminal, got gifted one. I can install that with everything I've got, but that just used a swathe of my chromatic metal, and now I can't fricking repair this. Balls! Okay, I'm going to have to go back down to the planet and get a load more chromatic metal. And let's just have a look, actually. Oh, I've got some copper. Let's make that into chromatic metal. I think I'm going to be 30 short if my math's right. Darn it and blast it. But that's not a problem, because what we could do, people, is fly down to a different planet, scan some more flora and fauna, and hopefully pop enough a badge. So instead of going to the same planet that we've already been to, we're going to go to this ringed one, I guess. There is a lush right next to it, but that says activated copper, which means it's got storms, so I'm going to avoid that one, even though it's a nicer looking planet. Right, and you can see there's a copper deposit right there in the ground that I'm shooting at. I'm going to be shooting these blue crystals and landing there, scanning some birds, and using my terrain manipulator to manipulate it out of the ground, scanning some of the flora nearby, and seeing if we can pop another badge. But sadly I did not. We're back up my freighter, putting the copper in, turning that into chromatic metal. Still haven't popped the badges for flora or fauna. Only managed to do the minerals so far, people, but they are in later phases. Also shooting the asteroids was in a later phase, but I've done it all in this phase 1 just because I wanted some of the resources there to get that little head start, which I strongly suggest you try and do those at the same sort of length and breadth that I am. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So we can make some antimatter housing. I've got 4 of them. I've got 2 antimatters there, so I could make some more fuel, but we do need some of those antimatter housings to do some repairs on the actual freighter itself as well. So I think we're almost done when it comes to repairing our freighter. Yeah, there we go. And there's the antimatter housings. They're all installed. That's all done. Lovely. So I've only got 1 bit of broken tech now, and you can see I've got quite a fair few repair kits, so I could just go and repair this stuff now. But yeah, we'll see. I need to craft some more warp fuel. So how much chromatic metal have I got left? I've got a bit there. Lovely jubbly. Might be able to craft myself at least 1 more warp fuel, at least to get to Rendezvous 1, so we can finish this phase up. But here we go. Let's install this then with the remaining repair kit. Done! Didn't really want to use my antimatter. I didn't want to make more antimatter because I need to make my warp fuel. We can put 1 in there. I could do with maybe getting a couple more though. Let's install this tech just to free up some space inside of my inventory, and that's into there. Adjacency bonuses, because I put them next to the paired technology. You see what I'm doing there? Lovely jobs. Coolio. Awesome. Okay, so we've got enough to warp, so let's go on over and let's warp, shall we, people? Let's see how far we can get towards this expedition path. Boom. And I can only really jump that far. Okay, fine. We've arrived decoded in enough area of space. Coolio. And yeah, we need to get ourselves over to that new rendezvous area, but at least we've warped once. We can now claim the rewards for warping once. Technically, I could fly out to the station and go and upgrade my exosuit 1 more time, but I haven't got much units right now. I've gone and spent them all on bloody wiring looms, so I'm probably not going to bother. I'm going to keep, well, that's just a recipe. It hasn't actually given me any extra warp fuel. Heck no, it hasn't. It hasn't been generous, has it? There we go. I'm going to collapse those down and get some resources. And let's see if I can make anything inside of it. Antimatter. I need condensed carbon, but I've got 300 odd carbon sitting right there inside of my ship. So we're going to put half of that stack of the carbon inside of the refiner and turn it into condensed carbon and hopefully make a load more antimatter. I don't think I can make much because I haven't got much freaking chromatic metal. I might be lucky and make myself 2 more warp canisters. And if I can, hopefully that might get me closer to that rendezvous point. And I'm sure that last badge that I just managed to get is giving me some warp tech, so I might be able to warp that little bit further and get there. Fingers crossed. Yeah, awesome. Let's see if that is the case. Right, so here we are. Let's craft myself some antimatter. I can craft 2 of those, and I can make an extra one of them. I can make 2. Brilliant. Okay, I think that's all I need. Lovely jubbly. Now, you could spend a lot longer shooting the planets, a lot longer getting copper out of the ground, and then you're not going to run into a fuel shortage. So heads up, people on the viewerverse, when you're at a planet, spend a bit more time getting resources. So here we go. Let's put that in. Yeah, so here we are. Put that into there. 2 or 4. Nice. 55%. Stick that on there. That's just in... Yes, warp efficiency just went up. Pretty good. Now let's see if we can get all the way over to the expedition point. Hopefully we can in one jump. Let's see. Boom. And again, can I go over there? I freaking can, people! Heck yes. Brilliant. We're going. Heck yes, we are. And we're going to be heading over to the rendezvous point. Nice. Cool. Well, there we go, the inertia. I have arrived, located. Heck yes, I have. Right, well, let's get into the ship and let's get over to this rendezvous point as quick as possible. What the fudge just happened? Freaking teleporter malfunction. Right, okay, cool. Well, my ship's no longer on fire. I fixed my freighter and it fixed my ship. I know. What the... How? There's so much freaking... Is it a bug? Is it a feature? We just don't know. Do we actually care? No. Let's head to the rendezvous 1. Let's go. It's a sandbox experience, people. Right, cool. We're heading down to rendezvous 1. Go. And I'm going to fly in a little bit slowly and keep a bit of distance and hope to see that. It's a comms ball sort of icon that's appeared. That means that people have already been here, put down comms balls, and it gives you an indication of where you need to go to, because that yellow marker is an approximate location. It means you're going to have a walk and a half. So hopefully you're going to see the comms ball markers pop up. You don't need multiplayer on or crossplay to see them. You should just be able to see them. I don't know whether that applies to Switch though. Anyhow, there we go. I've arrived at rendezvous 1. Lovely jubbly. I don't have to interact with this washing machine. I can pop the badge right now, but you know what? I like the lore, so let's have a quick read of the logs. Brilliant! I think this first one is where they have the Sentinel encounter. Yeah, Sentinel energies or signals or whatever. Boom, dropped them out of warp, bloody blah. Lovely jubbly. Now, while I'm here, this is another planet, so I could scan some local wildlife, but you can see here I've landed on the dark side of the bloody planet again during the storm. There's no creatures about, but I could jump in the ocean, scan a couple of the underwater creatures, because it's right there, the ocean, and maybe scan a couple of birds, or scan a couple of plants. We'll scan a couple of plants and hopefully pop the badge for that. I've just got the Rendezvous 1 badge to claim, but we're just scanning a plant. Is this enough plants to pop the Flora badge? Yes, there we go, boom. Dundally and done. I can claim that one as well. I know it's from another phase, not overly fast, but it'd be nice if you could actually pop the fauna one as well. I haven't managed to because I've been unlucky, because I've been landing on the night side of the planet, but I strongly suggest you guys do. Till next time, people, that's phase 1. Goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe, and I'd like to say a massive great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers! And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.